Welcome back to Wayne's Cave. I know I've been a little bit quiet of late. I haven't put any content out recently, but it has been busy here. I just thought while we were having constant twilight through the middle of our summer here in the UK, I thought I'd get a big project up and running to fine-tune my rig for my deep sky astrophotography, and thinking ahead on my camera configurations. My converted DSLR will now be my wide field broadband colour Milky Way type targets, but mainly, although I will still connect to my telescope if the conditions are primed for that in dark skies, etc. Thought I'd let you know that there is some good stuff with the new kit that's I've added to my armory, if you like, and the configuration of that the new configuration I'm using. I'm going to put some content out there on using it when I'm shooting with it, and my experiences going through these changes. For example, I've changed now. I've got a dedicated astronomy camera, the ZWO ASI 1600 mono, and the couple of short sessions I've had trials with, I've been really chuffed. I did make that step, and quite a bold one. It's quite daunting thinking from a one-shot DSLR when you can see the picture on the back of the camera, which is still great fun. I'm going to continue doing lots more of that, but it's daunting thinking I've got to control everything through my software and make sure it's right, how am I going to focus, all these things. But I'm going to run through some of these things with yourselves and just try and hopefully inspire and give other people confidence that without too much trouble sometimes, it's quite achievable to master these other bits of hardware. Just desperate now to get out and use the new rig, the new configuration of tools, if hardware, that I've got going now with my setup, because I've got the off-axis guider actually running well. I've got some good guiding numbers coming back from it as well, which is what I was hoping to achieve at the same time, investing in that off-axis guider system with the filter wheel. And yeah, those who don't know, I control the whole rig, the image acquisition, I can plate solve, I can do automatic meridian flips, and it's all on a little Raspberry Pi computer, which is on my actual telescope, which can feed off its own hotspot Wi-Fi or connect to your home Wi-Fi if you're photographing at home, which I do, and I've really enjoyed it. The one I use is the Stellamate with K-stars, and really enjoy using it. When you're up and running with that, it is quite quick and straightforward just to go through the processes and get your image acquisition started. Yeah, and it really is as simple as that. And the good thing is you can keep it as simple as you want and just ask it to take a frame and just go, and do one at a time. Take it as slow as you want, or you can literally pre-program from the start, a whole realm of take 10 in red, take 5 in blue, take 8 in HA, take this. Then once you've done that cycle, you can actually put another, do that cycle 3 times, log that in, tell it to go to your thing, to your object, and plate solve it to center it in the middle. Pre-program it to do a meridian, to pause photographing, do a focus check, start photographing, and once you get to 1:10 in the morning, do a meridian flip. Once it's done a meridian flip, it will then do a focus check. You know, oh, and in the meantime, it will stop and start your guiding as well for you. Literally, so I'm not even that far with it, and I'm not at the minute, don't want to, because I'm happy to find targets, plate solve, so it can confirm I've got my target dead in the middle. And then the enjoyable bit I really like is setting up my imaging process, getting the guiding up and running, and then soaking in that light, just knowing that you've got that target smack in focus. You're soaking in some good light on when you've got a nice clear night and hopefully no moon, and it's a great thrill, especially when you see them frames just racking up and building up and building up, and you know every minute's precious. So now I'm just desperate to get out, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we've just had 2 sort of low pressures come and go. We've got the back end just disappearing. I'm even looking out the window now, just thinking could be any day now, whether because we've had winds and all sorts. Anyway, I'm dead excited, and I'll get you guys in on some of the action, and yeah, I'm hoping we can all just enjoy the clear skies, get out there again, keep testing and pushing ourselves, because that's what it's about. And the feeling of when you do achieve those little goals as you go is just, it's all part, it's 70% of the fun in my mind, because you know you've had to get your head around a few technical details or understand why this is happening or why that isn't, and it's the journey more so than eating the fruit at the end of it, you know. Just one last thing. I've also been very busy installing a pier in my back garden. This homemade pier, I'm really chuffed with. Excuse me. Today got the final concrete base levelled and set, and stood the pier for the first time in its place. So I'm dead chuffed about that. I can't wait to get the mount head on there and the telescope. With thanks to the old man who's been hard at work cutting and drilling steel and dressing it ready for welding. And I'm going to be dead chuffed for him as well when he bolts his to his concrete base, because they really have come up fantastically. A good friend of mine did me a good favour in helping me weld the steels together, and yeah, all they need now is the last spray of paint, and yeah, they're a finished homemade pier, and they're nice and strong and stable, so they'll handle anything me and my dad are going to be putting on them, but for sure. And to be honest, the gauge steel is probably used for you know, heavy duty construction purposes, holding up tons of roofing, etc. I'm sure. So it'll more than do the job for us. So yeah, thanks again for being patient. We'll get some exciting feed back to you guys, showing you our setup and routine and some of the image acquisitions. So until next time, thanks again guys, and we'll catch up with you soon.
one weld up. Lots of steel. There she is. She's a thing of beauty. First time we've had the Esprit on the new pier, but all's looking wonderful. Hand controller strapped to the front. It's getting a bit dark, I'm not sure how well this will come out, but in 2 hours we'll have those filters. Mainly the HA, because the moon's 79%, but that is how we're rolling. One socket needed for the USB hub, which I'm not overly sure is completely necessary, but I need frame rates, the buffering to work on that thing as best as possible, which has sort of slipped from time to time. But there she is. I will let you know how this is all going.